I'm just saying, Aang got a statue back at the air temple, cool, every avatar gets that. But then you think he was like, well, Roku got the one at the top of that tower, so maybe I could use another one, and Kyoshi has that great big one on her island, so like maybe just make it as big as that. And then he thought back to the giant Ozai statue and said, nah man, you gotta make me 100 feet tall.
I can't believe you're doing this to your own family.
Now, I don't want to blame you, Korra, but maybe if you weren't yelling dad constantly as Unohak was abducted, he wouldn't have thought of it. A lot of inconclusive evidence of normal animals in this shot. We got polar bear, I don't know, a couple of reindeers probably. This pelt looks like a platypus bear. But this thing over here, I can't even tell what it is. It's an eagle jaguar? Yeah, look at this. What is this thing?
Eska doesn't know I'm here. Yeah. I wasn't hiding, hey.
Yeah, it's coming up, don't worry.
We search for Verric. Our father wishes him to stand trial.
This guy wants to be extra certain Verric is not hiding behind this door.
Boyfriend, bow to me when I exit.
Yes, my sweet koala otter.
Excellent koala otter reference, another one we've seen before briefly.
I tried to break up with her, but Mako gave me terrible advice. Thank you, Mako.
Wait, how are your girl problems my fault?
It's like they were like, hey, remember how laughably bad the romance plot was last season? Well, let's try to make it actually laughably bad, as in it will be largely the only comedic element to the early season.
You forgot the honey!
Sorry, sir. There isn't any in here.
No honey? We're in a bear, for crying out loud!
Except Verric, who will inexplicably get this one really good honey joke out of nowhere. I was thinking, what's Bolin even really doing here? Mako is here because he's Korra's boyfriend, sure. Asami is here because she wanted to strike a deal with Verric, and Verric just so happens to be here. But Bolin, why? Like, Bolin is still on the Fire Ferrets, probably acting captain by the looks of it. Did he just abandon the team? The platypus bear definitely does not have teeth near the back of its mouth in this shot, but then in this shot it does. I guess this implies that there's one global currency now, since Verric isn't using Water Tribe money, and these are the exact bills that are used in Republic City.
Iki! Iki, where are you?
Has Tenzin been out all night looking for Iki? Because if so, good on him. But also, like, what the hell, guys? A little help, maybe?
Juniper lightning bug, paws off the table. Daddy always says a blessing before we eat, so...
Does he really? Doesn't a blessing imply a religion? I ask because I honestly don't know. The world is highly spiritual, I know, and there's, like, actual spirits, but who is Iki thanking with this blessing? The spirits? Rava? Is there a god? Blueberry Spicehead, she literally just said no paws on the table. Come on, man.
You can sit next to Blueberry Spicehead, and that's Princess Rainbow, and that's Twinkle Starchild, and that's Juniper Lightning Bug.
Is it just me, or did Blueberry Spicehead kind of get blown up on the super cutesy name front? Why the fuck does this one get to be Princess Rainbow? Why can't I be Blueberry Sparkle Unicorn or something, man?
They're my new brothers and sisters.
New ones, huh? Can they be my new brothers and sisters too?
So yes, Tenzin is having a sibling dispute just like his daughter is, which is obviously what the last episode was getting at. Which is nice, because Tenzin feels like the odd one out, being their dad's favorite, and Iki feels like the odd one out since Jinora and Milo pick on her, I guess. The guy that was lugging Unohak around does actually appear on Stan, nice. Yeah, this is my original Avatar universe character. He wears like a big long coat and a bucket hat and has facial hair just like me. And he wears this yellow scarf because he's actually part air nomad, and he's like a half Avatar. He can bend water and air, and his twin brother can bend fire and earth.
We're good to go. I gave all the money to some guys over there. I told them to take care of it, and then I winked. Pretty sure they got the message.
So Bolin is characterized as not just unintelligent, but almost so unintelligent he can't function. Right, good. That's what we want for a show with characters we care about.
Judge Hota, presiding.
Man, I should have paid him!
Yeah, you think?
Actually, now that we see these shots, we can see that this dude wasn't present on the stand in the first shot.
You attended a meeting where Verric tried to incite a civil war. Is that true?
Yes.
And were these men present at that meeting?
Well, yes, but...
Well, hold on now. Were they? I checked, and this guy probably was, but the rest of them, other than Tonrock and Korra's mom, obviously, didn't seem to be there.
And where exactly did this meeting take place?
Objection!
Quiet down out there!
Bolin, they're doing you dirty, man. Are they really writing you this stupid?
Your Honor, if I may...
May what?
May I declare a mistrial?
They are, it turns out. Why are they doing this to Bolin? He wasn't like a complete dumbass last season.
Verric and your father led the meeting, didn't they?
My parents are innocent!
I've heard all I need to. I'll return shortly with my decision.
What a fuck. So the proceedings of this court case was, everyone came in and sat down, Unohak said what happened, Korra got to go nuh-uh, and then Unohak's friend gets to make the decision. This is like one step away from being Chin Village all over again. You better bring out the wheel of punishment, at least.
We will wed at sunset. You may express your joy through tears.
Okay, so let's do it. Bolin, the Enigma. What do you hear about Bolin sometimes? Oh, it's great. He's like earthbending Sokka. And I can see where people are coming from on a surface level. He's the comedy guy, meaning he's Sokka. But that is horribly, horribly reductive of Sokka's character. Sokka wasn't just the comedy guy. Sokka had a lot of other beats in his story that made him really feel fleshed out. He was more than just the idiot that bad stuff happened to. He had real feelings and wants and relationships and expectations of himself. And a personality. He could be stubborn and condescending and cocky and pessimistic, but he was also endlessly loyal and brave and protective and quick-witted. But unfortunately for Bolin, they pigeonholed him into this role where he seems to get stupider and stupider and be abused more and more. In this season, at least. Now, that's the kind of character you can find in any other cartoon, right? Just this guy who is only the one thing. He's there to be laughed at. But the thing is, Sokka wasn't just that, but he still did it better than Bolin does. We could laugh at something small and bad happening to Sokka because he did have those negative traits. Sometimes he did have to be taken down a peg. There's like a little bit of natural schadenfreude we all get from that, and that's not a bad thing. But Bolin, he's just like this sweet guy who wouldn't hurt anyone or try to step on anyone's toes, and the show seems to love to punish him anyway. I don't feel good about that. And what's worse is that's all Bolin gets to do. He doesn't get the other side of it that helps Sokka to feel like a complete character. We often laugh at Sokka's misfortune or someone giving him a hard time, but we never laughed at Sokka's suffering. When Sokka suffered, the show took the time to give him those moments. We suffered with him because we like him and we can empathize with him. In those moments, it's not a joke because Sokka isn't just the funny guy. Bolin doesn't get these moments. When Bolin suffers, it's still a joke. There's no emotion we can latch onto because the show doesn't give us anything more than haha, Bolin is being bullied by a girl, or the girl he likes kissed his brother. And they really don't give us much more than that going forward. Bolin is horribly underutilized, and I don't think he should be compared to Sokka because of it.
Senna, please step forward. I have found you innocent.
Oh, that ain't good for the rest of us, huh?
On the charge of treason, you are all found guilty. The punishment for this crime is death.
What? Come on, even the wheel of punishment had one not so bad one. What is this fucking barbaric trial system? Bring back the wheel.
You can't do this! You take their lives and I'll take yours.
Yeah, get his ass, trifling ass, no wheel having ass, judge.
But I must ask you to reconsider. Show these men and my brother mercy.
Very well. I'll change their punishment.
What the fuck is this kangaroo court? The judge just flippantly changes the sentencing based on the chief saying nuh-uh? Like, yeah, I know this is all a huge act by Unohak, but wouldn't this cause the entire tribe to be like, what the hell? Our entire justice system is a sham. Just what Unohak says goes? I assume we actually got a highly abridged showing of the trial, and it wasn't actually just Unohak says some stuff, and then Kora answers some questions, and then they're sentenced to death. But shouldn't Kora see that Unohak gets exactly what he wanted in the scene where he said they should stand trial, and that is...
I want him to freeze in prison with the rest of these traitors.
Exactly that, but now you're thanking him for it? At least they're writing Bolin to be an idiot for comedy's sake. They're writing Kora to be an idiot so the show can happen.
I guess the nice part about a family is they'll always be there for you. Even though Twinkle Starchild and Princess Rainbow fight, they still love each other.
Yeah, you're both in the same situation. The show really lays it out there for you now, and I don't think it was entirely necessary to be this blunt about it, but I guess I still like the messaging.
Honey, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Good. Then let's bust you out of here right now.
Kora, I'm begging you. You busting your dad out would start a war. You were just fighting tooth and nail to not start a war.
Saving me would start a war.
Thank you, exactly. Your dad was in prison for treason. I thought the one lesson you would have actually internalized from last season is keeping a cool head for a moment and thinking, but nope, that's out the window too.
Just promise me you won't do anything rash.
Fine. I promise.
Just that right there is attempted murder, right? What if he swerved the other way, dude?
What do you want?
It's not about what I want, it's about what Naga wants. And she'd like you to let my father out of prison.
Does the judge decide who leaves prison? Is that how it works?
I was just following Unohak's orders.
What are you talking about?
I've said too much.
I've said too much?
I've worked for your uncle for years. He said he needed everyone to think the trial was fair.
Then there's this whole scene where the whole Unohak scheme is just laid out for Kora. I don't know, man. It feels weirdly rushed. Even though we're only 4 episodes into the season, I guess we need to get through this plot so we can move on to the other plot. Another Hall of Statues Easter egg, maybe. This statue here might be that other statue that preceded Roku way back in Airbender.
Look, I'm sorry I didn't turn out to be an airbender like you hoped. But I've tried my best to keep the world safe.
At least they give Boomy this scene where he can slow down from being a giant man-child and have some emotion. Does it do enough to make me like him? No, but if I was just watching this for the first time and saw the scenes before this and then this scene, No, I probably still wouldn't like him, but it is a nice scene.
Unohak's a liar and a traitor.
No way, Korra, how? Really? He seemed like such a good guy.
Then he told them to hide in the Spirit Force, knowing my dad would go after them.
So Unohak hired Fire Nation barbarians. There are Fire Nation barbarians in the first place? I know we still have uncontacted tribes and shit in our real world, but the Fire Nation has always been the most advanced civilization up until Republic City. And they live in the North Pole, or you imported them?
That she decided we should get married!
I'm pretty sure the guy is supposed to give the girl the betrothal necklace.
Is that real and true? Because with the Han situation, it made it seem unclear. He was wearing a little something too.
Guess Eska didn't get the memo.
Look, the only way to deal with crazy women is to lie big and leave fast.
You know, I've never been in a relationship with a psychopath, so I don't have any opinions, but I think lie big, leave fast might be correct.
Where is he?
I'm sorry, Kora. You'll never see your father again.
Bring him back, or I'm taking you out and the rest of your army.
Remember who you are. As the Avatar, you cannot threaten war. You must remain neutral.
What is this bullshit? What about not even Aang? What if she was like, oh, Amon is representing the non-benders. I must remain neutral. Like, no, obviously not. Especially now that she knows of your gerrymandering and treasons. She's the Avatar. She officially has carte blanche access to upside your skull.
I don't want your help anymore.
If you start a war, the dark spirits will annihilate the South. And even I will be powerless to stop them.
Well, now that Korra has broken out of the fucking spell Unohak had cast over her or something, maybe she could start acting like she has a brain again? Yeah, I think this dark spirit stuff is malarkey, and I mean, nothing ever comes of it until, you know. Why is every firebender in love with this over-the-head, nearly cartwheeling kick? Is it because it's the easiest thing in the world to dodge?
If we get to Verric's boat, we can still save your father.
Let's go!
Shoot, Lee. Do the thing.
That platypus bear is pooping money!
Alright, I'm gonna ignore this terrible joke to make a couple points. Remember in Return to Omashu where I complained the whole plague escape plan felt sort of ham-fisted and cartoonish? Yeah, not bringing that up for any particular reason. Also, remember when even the show sort of made fun of the idea of characters having stupid catchphrases?
Also, don't be afraid to make up some phrases, especially before an attack. Something like, flying kick-a-pow!
If you picture Verric actually piloting this platypus bear, he has the dimensions of Slender Man.
Think we can catch up to it?
Sure, once you get us past our friends from the north.
Let's run this blockade!
The ghost of Sokka.
If only we had a plane to get me close to those ships, I could waterbend them out of the way.
Why can't you just go out there on your own?
Now!
Yeah, if you want to say that they have this much kickback to their firebending, sure. But if that's the case, I don't know why they're not just flying all the time, honestly. I know it just shows sailors getting a light to medium jostling from this, but I think Korra probably would have killed a lot of people with this maneuver. Just people getting absolutely dummied by steel bulkheads.
There! My dad's on that ship!
Oh, okay.
Jump!
The fuck do you mean, jump? Was this plane made of dynamite? What the hell? Interesting that these Northern Water Tribe ships seem to have the same bending cannons that the United Republic ships did, even though it seemed like only firebenders used those. I guess waterbenders could effectively use them too. Ooh, kind of like a multi-person water spout. I can dig it. Holy fuck, Korra just took out 10 guys in one move? That's gotta be a record. Wait, let me think actually. No, Katara only takes out 7 there and only like 5 on screen. Well, okay, what about Katara again during the Southern Raiders? No, surprisingly only 7 again. But actually, Toph and Aang both seem to take out 11 here with this move back on the Earth King. And if you want to count Aang's thing at the Northern Air Temple as one move and don't think it's cheating from using the environment, he takes out at least 17 here, or as many as 22 depending on the shot you're looking at. There might be even bigger ones, I don't know. Help me out in the comments. So actually, pump those numbers up, Korra. What is this, semi-pro? See, this is like an instant incapacitation. Why didn't you just do this a bunch during the Unohak kidnapping attempt? Maybe this guy's a non-bender and it only feasibly works against non-waterbenders. I still bet if there was a giant banner out here, you would have ran around and wrapped these guys up instead.
Korra, this is crazy.
Oh, hey, Dad, I guess you're out, huh? That was really the cut. It went from Korra being like, where's my dad? Hard cut to them being busted out and on this weird plank. And I thought the boiling rock was kind of a whack prison break.
Sweetie, you're okay. Oh, I was so worried.
So wait, Iki has been gone for well over a full day? Pema, can I get a little more emotion for the daughter you should have been really stressing about?
Want to play airball? Sure.
Yeah!
Yeah, fuck yeah. I want to see that, actually. I only ever got to see Aang blast Sokka at it. I want to see a real match.
I wanted to apologize for how I acted yesterday. I've worked so hard to celebrate Dad's legacy that I may have overlooked the parts of him that were less than ideal.
So yeah, I really do actually like the Tenzin storyline, even though it's a bit simple. I do like the parallel between Tenzin's kids and Tenzin and his siblings. And unlike Korra just weirdly apologizing to Mako for being impossible out of nowhere, I feel like this reads a lot better, because we see the kids just get over it, and Tenzin and his siblings seem to be able to do the same, because they're siblings, and that's what's most important, family. I think it's a really nice message. Good job, Korra, the show. Korra, the character, you still gotta pull it together.
All right. I'll get you all the help you need. I love you, Dad.
Okay, so Korra being, I assume, back to normal now after she realizes she's been totally fleeced once again, being warm and accepting and, you know, not like a caricature, seems sort of lame. Like, okay, you kind of have to have Korra be mad at her dad and Tenzin, because if you don't, she just blindly goes along with Unohak and she would seem really stupid, like no one's home upstairs at all. So okay, you write her to be basically so angry at her mentors that it blinds her to the obvious evil being done right in front of her, because then at least she's not a complete idiot. She was just kind of dumb and very angry. And then once the pieces are set in motion, she can chill out a little bit until she learns her lesson. Sure, it's one way to write it, but man, it does a lot of damage to your character in the eyes of the viewer.
What is that?
Alright, show, you kept Bolin being right-eyed when using the spyglass. Well done.
That would be my darling Eska. Quick question, is this thing fast enough to get away from my crazy waterbending ex-girlfriend?
Why do you think I built this boat?
You know what, Verric? You're alright. For now. Civil Wars Part 2. I feel like it's kind of a middling episode. We move the plot along a decent little bit. Korra has finally realized the magnitude to which her dumbass has been had, but the trial was kind of silly and rushed, and the way Korra was told about Unohak was still pretty silly and rushed. The side stuff with Bolin, I bitched about at length, so you know I'm not a fan. And even the mission to break out Korra's dad seems sort of silly and rushed. It's almost like they tried to sprint to the moment where Korra goes to break her dad out, because up until then there hasn't been very much action, mostly just people standing around in rooms talking, which isn't very interesting. But by the time they get there, they had to cover so much stuff happening, they're out of time anyway and had to rush that too. The only moments they really give to breathe are the Tenzin and family stuff, which is a shame because it's easily less interesting, but that's probably why those parts are my favorite parts of this two-parter. It's strange to say they give them time to breathe because they don't give them a lot of time, but they're pretty simple moments, so they don't need a ton. Just enough to breathe, you know? It's just a family hashing some stuff out and feeling like real-ish people, rather than this weird, heavily contrived takeover plot where a character that the plot revolves around is acting very strangely. I don't know if I like this episode very much, but we're in season 2, so there's a lot of that to go around. Patreon shoutouts if you want to see 2 brand new videos from me. You can support me on Patreon for just a few bucks. Link, as always, is in the description below the video. Biggest shoutouts of all, one of my top patrons, Aurora, who can divide anything in half, including things like how close you are to the sun, so look out. Balmier Candle, who went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and said, nah, I'm good. Yeah, they gotta like that. Gene Cree, who pretty effortlessly pulls off a sequin vest, which is like, wow, you know? Omega Fighter, who went to the Metropolitan Museum and pointed at a painting and said, that's bullshit. The price of that painting plummeted by $20 million instantly. Sean Martin, who was so in the zone at all times, doctors say that if he ever leaves the zone, it could be fatal. Tater of Tots, who loves rabbits so much, they single-handedly eradicated the animal known as the rabbit eater from both the face of the earth and the history books. Anteaters are lucky that Tater of Tots doesn't really care much for ants. Tiago Nascimento, who doesn't eat alphabet soup very much anymore because it always spells out troubling prophecies for him. And that blind ginger, who compasses don't work for. When they hold him, it doesn't point north, it points towards the most attractive person in a 50-mile radius, so it nearly always points back at them. Which is flattering and all, sure, but can't get lost in the woods, that'd be bad. And my other fuck you money patrons, A. Varner, Der 50 Kobold, Ian Byrne, Laferg 13, Potato Scream, Starfish Hugger, 70 Riches, The Former Meaning of Life, The 1am Party, Thomas Loudenbach, and Whitrow. And my god overanalyzers, Two Boots Are a Beat, Ang, Alan Garvin, Andrew Watchert, Blacksmith, Bob Deff, Chandler Crump, Kobe Smith, Connor Gallery, Dead Rat Fiasco, Deathly Healer, Dizzy Payne, Dr. Xerox, Dominic Saint, Donut, Emma Not Emma, Aaron Grace, Gianluca Leandro Magi, I'm a Match, Jada Jones, Jackson, Jeremy Rubenstein, John Ajaka, Justin Scott, Kelly, Mac, Mackie and Eligio, Mark Rethy, Medium D Speaks, Michael Fellon, Mighty Virus, Mr. Freese, Mystery Ghost, Nick, Nicholas Abbott, Peter Bayron, Reese, Rocket Mist, Ryan Gregorikos, Ryan Maxwell, Samuel Vanderplatt, Sergeant Carrot 69, Shane Antanachi, Sean Flowers, Spicy Ketchup, Super Snipper, The Long and Short of It, Thomas Graff, Victoria the Queen, and some sort of bear face. Next up, might be time.